What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Let's play Sonic CD Part 1. This is the third Sonic game in the series, the first Sonic game to use different elements of for gameplay. Just making sure that my capture software handled the transition. Different elements in gameplay, and I'll talk about all that when I get to it. And so you see here's the main menu. I am playing the PlayStation 3 version of the game, so it will look nicer. It will also have a saving feature. I think I'm not sure if it had it in the original one, but you can see help and options, leaderboards, trophies. So the biggest thing why I mentioned that was you'll see the trophies and the leaderboards. And also, when I go to the help and options, which I'll do now, how to play is the manual. I guess I can look at it real quick as long as... Alright, so you can see, kind of gives you an idea of... you can pause and look at any of this if you want to. I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to roll through it real quick. The controls, moving left and right, look up, look down, any of the buttons, jumps, spin attack, or activate flippers, pause the game, rolling moves, you can still do the spin dash. I'm not sure why it says Mega Drive Genesis mode, but you can still... Oh, okay, I think I know why that is. I think in the original version you couldn't... No, I guess you can. It says, while standing still, press and hold the down button, then tap on the action button to rev up like it. I don't see the difference, but... Oh, maybe you have to hold it down longer instead of charge it up. I don't know. Anyway, the super peel out move, while standing still, press and hold the up button, then tap on the action button. Sonic's going to start racing at turbo speed, and so the Sonic is vulnerable to attack in super peel out mode. We'll talk about that, and I'll show that off when I get to it. You can see the items, the lamppost, the time warp, which is a new thing in this game. There's a past and future of each zone for each act, and you can see the future and the past. We'll talk about that once I get to it. So you can read all this if you want to. Special stage is new. This one you're hitting UFOs in a pretty obstacle course. If we can destroy all the UFOs before the timer runs out, you'll pick up a time stone instead of a chaos emerald. Each UFO conceals one of the following items: power sneakers, which give you an extra burst of speed; super ring increases your ring count; and time bonus adds 30 seconds to the timer. Some of the other items in the special stage will help you out. Others will make the course a little difficult. Watch out! The water, it will shave 10 seconds off your timer. So like I said, it's pretty much like a manual, like pretty much. This is the controls, so jump, select, back, pause. This is just for the main menu, I guess. Settings. You can change the sound effects volume. I have it 5. The background music volume. The video filter, I honestly couldn't figure out. Well, I like nostalgia filter better, but the other ones made it look weird, so that's why I'm not going to do it. I guess this is the Mega Drive version. The Mega Drive version and the original version probably, but we'll just keep it with this. The settings. Watch staff credits if you want to. I don't, so we're not going to do that. Soundtrack, this is probably one of the most important things. In my opinion, the Japanese soundtrack is better, but you can also listen to the US one. I'll deal with that in the wrap-up video for this one. I'm just going to go with the Japanese soundtrack. I'm sure a lot of people do that anyway. The extras we won't touch right now, because we'll do that in the wrap-up video. So we'll start a new game, and you can see different ones that I have, the time stones. And you can only play as Sonic alone or Tails alone. You cannot play as both. I'm going to use Sonic, but there's really no... Outside of... There's not a Super Sonic in this game, so I'm not sure what the differences would be. I'm sure I'll be able to cover that in the the wrap-up video. But, like I said, there's no supersonic in the game, so that part really doesn't matter. And with the music, there will, every version of, or every song in the game has a different version in the US and the Japanese version. So if you listen to the US version, or if you listen to the US soundtrack, it would sound, the music here would be different than what's playing right now. This is the Japanese opening theme song. And so this kind of gives a little bit of backstory. If you read the manual, then you'll kind of get a better idea of the backstory. And as you can see, the graphics look very much like Sonic 1 in the way that he moves. And I'll just peel out real quick. And that's usually that's really the only reason why you want to do that compared to the spin dash is for sections like this, where you can gain a little bit more speed than the spin dash, and also for going into the past and future versions of each act. And like I said, everything, pretty much, almost everything in this game. I don't know what you can do that right now, but like sound effects. And what you have to do is you have to be going at a certain amount of speed. Okay, there we go. You have to carry a certain amount of speed to be able to go back in time or go forward in time, past or future. And each version, the levels will be different. One of the biggest things you'll notice is that a lot of the robots will look, oh man, I don't remember the differences. Like maybe the past might have more traps compared to the regular version. I know the robots will be at their strongest. They won't look old or be missing some of their parts. Like yeah, that might even be exit that. Spike trap probably wouldn't be there in the regular version of this level. And you can see different things. I do want to go back to the original version, and you can see you can hold on to it as long as you try. And okay, so if you can't make it, you burn it, but you get to hold on to it for as long as you can. But like I said, the graphics, maybe not necessarily level graphics, but just like item graphics, boxes, item boxes, and everything like that, all look. And you know, and the shield looks very reminiscent of Sonic 2, or Sonic 1, excuse me. I want to go ahead and kill this. This, I think, is the robot transporter. I'm not going to actually be going after those, but there's a trophy tied to that if you can go after and find that. They're always in the past version of every zone, so if you want to look for them, that's the way you would do it, is by going to the past. And you can see acts are called zones in this game. And sadly, because I'm not playing the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection version, I cannot just save it whenever I want to, so I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time trying to get all of these, all of the time stones. I should be able to do it, you know, easily, but if I may not there is a possibility that I may lose also, but I should, at least, you know, very early on. This follows the same idea. If you do it the earlier you do it in the game, the easier it will be. So if you go after time stones in the first couple acts, compared to, like I said, later on in the game, it'll be a lot easier. Just like the Chaos Emeralds, you can see they look like Sonic 1 Chaos Emeralds. So if you get 50,000 points, I think you get an extra life. So that's just in the game or whatever. It doesn't really matter whether you do that in the special stage or not. I think if you get a certain amount of points, you should be able to. Right now, I think you should be able to pass either. You should be able to get a continue. I'm not sure actually how you get continues. I just know that I've gotten them before. And so you can see, like I said, if you look around at different robots, like I say, these butterfly robots kind of have holes in their wings where they wouldn't in the past, and they also look, the robots will look worse. They won't be able to function correctly. They'll be a lot slower, and sometimes even they'll be stationary. I really can't see a difference on these little robots, but you know, just look around. I'll try to go to the past in most levels. You know, there's really no reason to. And if you notice, flowers are coming out of the robots instead of animals in this game. I'm not sure why. Like, if there's a certain reason for that, I'm not 100% sure. But and so this is where you have to go to the past to get this, so that's where that one would be. If you say to go after it, I could go find a past sign, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna, didn't even hit that, so I'm gonna avoid it. So hopefully I'll speed and I'll burn it. Yeah. I don't want to go to the future versions of every level are a lot harder, and I think they will have the most traps. They won't have any robots, because what this is supposed to be is Robotnik went so far, like he went back in time, put his robots in the past, and that's why they're the newest in the past. But as you go along to the present day and then future, you'll have less and less robots, and I think even in the future you won't even have any robots. But I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look that up, and I'll point out anything that I might have missed. Excuse me, in that video, in the second video. And so you can see the different things, the little traps on the ground that we're opening and closing. They will take rings from you, but I don't think they take any time from you. But like as we've already seen, the water does take 10 seconds off your time, so you want to be very careful about going into the water. And sadly, I think there's only, okay, so there is different levels of jump. I wasn't sure if there was or not. So if you're like, you want to do a shorter hop if you're closer, compared to a larger hop if you were farther away. And trying to line it up, line the jump up. There are three acts in this game. Acts or zones in this game as well. And the third act will have, or the third zone, now I'm used to calling them acts now, a zone will have the boss fight in it, and it will always be the bad future of the actual zone that you're in. And you will not be able to get a, what do you call it? Time stone in the third act. Just very similar to Sonic 1. see different different enemy, different bosses. Every time you hit him, there we go. See, I don't think every boss fight follows the same rule. Well, maybe. We're not quite done here, but I think. Okay, so if you hit that, then that ends the zone, or the zone. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks for watching. Next time we will begin Zone 2. So until then, later everyone.